We have breaking news. ABC News and George Stephanopoulos have reached a settlement with President-elect Trump in his defamation lawsuit.
Damn.
The network agrees to pay $15 million as a charitable contribution to Trump's presidential library. ABC and Stephanopoulos will also issue statements of regret as an editor's note to the March 2024 article and television segment that prompted Trump to file the lawsuit earlier this year.
And what else, Brian, does this tell us about the president-elect's possible strategy for dealing with the media going forward? We know he's very litigious.
One word comes to mind, the word emboldened. Trump and his team is going to be emboldened by this settlement by ABC, because rather than fight this out any further, rather than trying to go to trial, ABC is choosing to settle. What does that mean? Maybe that means ABC had embarrassing emails or text messages or other material that was going to make the network look bad. Remember, that's one of the reasons why Fox News settled against Dominion last year. Sometimes networks settle because they don't want to drag it out any further and get embarrassed in the court of public opinion. But regardless of ABC's rationale, and they won't say why exactly they've decided to reach this settlement, it will embolden Trump and his allies who, as you've said, have shown they want to use the courts in order to achieve certain outcomes they want. In this case, they believe justice is being done by holding ABC accountable. Others would say this is a form of lawfare where you're using the courts to tie up news outlets and embarrass them and cost them, in this case, millions of dollars. I'm really struck, Jessica, by the dollar figure, by the way, $16 million. That's a lot of money for any news outlet to be paying out. Yeah. And that's going to have, I think, far-reaching ramifications.
She is defending. She is endorsing. She is all behind a man who a judge said raped another woman and then defamed her. Talk about shaming a woman if she's so concerned about rape victims being shamed. What about what Donald Trump does to his rape victim? Judge said she was a rape victim.
That's why they got defamation.
Day in and day out, constantly shaming E. Jean Carroll, so much so that the jury had to come back a second time and make the penalty so bad that maybe he would stop shaming a rape victim.
See why they mad
but
at
that's
his
who
ass.
Nancy Mace aggressively endorses.
Nancy Mace, who has openly spoken about a terrible experience weaponizing it against George Stephanopoulos, which is, it seems beyond twisted. But again, this is Trump world. And this is a man who has been accused of rape several times over and has other accusers that he's bought off.
I think anyone who knows George Stephanopoulos knows that he is one of the least likely people in the world to try and shame somebody who has suffered that kind of awful experience. I mean, that's just not the way George carries out his journalism. He's fair, he's honest, and it was a legitimate question.
Do y'all remember that? What happened though? Remember? I think we watched it.
I see why everyone's mad at the host of Morning Joe. They was talking crazy on Trump. Then they the first ones turn around. We went and talked to him.
No, they're next. They pulled up on him. Hey, no, Joe and them are for sure next. But this is what happened. I'm pretty sure we reacted to this.
I do remember this.
Yeah, because she said it was something about rape, and then you remember she was like, we're going to see. Let's see what happened. We remember.
Why you endorse someone who's been found liable for rape?
It was not a criminal court. This was a
civil court.
It was a civil court. And by the way, she joked about the judgment and what she was going to do with all that money, and I find that offensive.
I'm asking you
but
about
as a rape victim who's been shamed for years now because of her rape, you're trying to shame me again by asking me this political question.
You've repeated that again.
I think it's offensive. As a woman, I find it offensive. For my political choices, I've endorsed the man that I believe is best for our country. It's not Joe Biden. And you looked at the dueling rallies yesterday in Georgia. Laken Riley's family was with Donald Trump. They weren't with Joe Biden. The same guy yesterday that apologized for calling her killer an illegal, who wasn't illegal. And here you are trying to shame a rape victim. I find it disgusting.
I mean, you keep saying I'm shaming you.
You are. The question, it is.
How is the question asking you about a presidential candidate who's
You're asking a rape victim.
And there's no question about that. And you've courageously talked about that.
Because I've been raped. I think that's disgusting.
No, I'm questioning your political choices because you're supporting someone who's been found liable for rape. Actually, I'm not trying to shame you.
You are. That's exactly what
you're not answering the question.
I think it's disgusting.
Well, you're welcome to say that, but you have to answer the question. Why are you supporting someone who's been found liable for rape?
I just answered your question.
What is the answer?
He was not found guilty in a criminal court of law. It was sexual abuse. It wasn't actually rape, by the way. And E. Jean Carroll joked about all the money she's going to get and made a mockery out of this case. And I think that's offensive. There's a reason why women don't come forward. And when you have someone who says that they're raped and they make a mockery out of this civil court judgment, it's offensive to other women. It makes it harder for other women to come forward when another woman has made a mockery of it.
You said women don't come forward because they are afraid. They are afraid because they are defamed
and shamed,
by those
like you're trying to shame me this morning.
They are afraid to come forward, as you said, because they are defamed by those who commit the rape. That's what Donald Trump has been found guilty of doing.
He defended himself over that and denies that it ever happened. But he was not found guilty in a criminal court of law.
He's a hoe.
Yeah, he's a complete jackass.
I kept saying that because he's self-projected because he be on Epstein Island.
No, yeah, I remember this. I remember I was offended because he was like basically doing exactly what she said. So why are you, someone who's been raped, voting for someone who was accused of rape?
You got raped. Why are you voting for a raper?
Exactly.
That's wrong of you.
No, exactly.
What type of person are you?
Exactly. She was like, well, it's not that at all. She was
he was using her trauma against her.
No, exactly.
No, she's actually strong though. That actually, she's a victim of that, and then she actually, like, a president got accused of that, and she still looked past that.
And then not only that, you're on TV, your whole business is getting aired out.
Yeah, and the fact that she is actually someone who's actually had rape happen. And she's explaining how those convictions hold weight. She's like, well, yeah, he was found, but it was in a, what did she say, a civil court?
Yeah, civil court.
Not a court of law?
No.
So she got a civil settlement that Trump paid her because he was liable, which means he could have did it. A real rape victim doesn't joke about rape. That's just not funny. Your whole life just changed.
That is like,
it's a violation.
Someone getting shot at and then joking about it.
So the fact that she can question the validity of it and he thinks like, I don't know.
That's why that is crazy. So he did all that and he was hanging with Epstein.
Weird, like you weird. Like what type of person?
He admitted,
are you,
he said, I should have done more due diligence. It was a mistake to go.
That is just
oh, no.
trying to save face right there.
It was his salary they gave him. They said your whole salary, buddy, you're paying Trump.
The Democrats might have paid them an extra sum of money, and Trump is finna expose all of that. That's why they settled on $15 million.
Oh, you never know why he settled. They said they settled because they wasn't trying to fight it.
Trump?
Because they was gonna expose
it was gonna
more.
cost more money.
Yeah.
He putting cases on everybody.
Donald Trump is suing CBS News for $10 billion in damages over Kamala Harris's interview with 60 Minutes. The vice president appeared on the show earlier this month. Trump's attorney says the show selectively edited her answers in an effort to, quote, tip the scales in favor of the Democratic Party. He said that caused immense harm to him and his campaign.
They took it was a very long answer. You just went on and on, just words, didn't mean anything. 60 Minutes and CBS cut it all out, and they took another answer for a meaningless question, and they put it up there. Do you know that, right? They put it up there. They took it and they put it up, and they replaced an answer that would show that she's not qualified.
Of course, Trump also decided not to sit down with them as well. CBS has rejected claims the interview was doctored. They call the former president's claims completely without merit and said the network intends to vigorously defend against the lawsuit.
Oh, snap.
I'm putting cases. Oh, no, you just...
Well,
that's what he's doing.
To be honest with you,
he coming after y'all.
I remember the 60 Minutes. He sued like right after that.
You know what's
that
crazy?
That was during the election when he dropped that lawsuit.
You know what's crazy? I don't even feel bad because at first Trump really let them ride for all them years. They let them talk shit about him, threw his name in the dirt, try to throw his family in the dirt.
So he got shot, probably. That was probably
yeah.
No, y'all done did too much.
Y'all took this shit too far for him.
What do you think it's actually going to take before the public starts taking this as serious as it should be?
So I don't ever try to predict the future. I think we can't tell what voters in the public are going to do. But I think what's critical is that the public understands, why does the press exist? Why does the press exist in a free society? Why are we the only profession protected by the First Amendment? It's because the founders, for all their flaws, understood that you cannot have a democracy if you do not have an independent press that can hold power accountable. We exist to inform the public. We exist to serve as a check on power, to be a watchdog. And so when, in fact, an administration is attacking the press, they're attacking the public's right to know. They're attacking the public's right to actually understand the inner workings of government so we can choose, is this the government we want or not? So we have the ability to fight back against things that we don't agree with or that we think are anti-democratic. So I hope that the public will understand that there's a reason why authoritarians target the media, why they try to discredit the media, and why they threaten the media. They want to make us afraid to do our jobs. They want to make the public not believe what it is that we report when we expose the way that power is being used against us. And I think that we have to be really worried as a press that we are not doing, as Timothy Snyder said, obeying in advance, that we are not getting exhausted, that we are not simply saying, well, Trump lies all the time. So we start to be accepting of those lies as normal. I think that that's why I'm saying we are facing an epic battle, but the public has to be involved in that battle. The public, whether they don't like what we do all the time, whether they don't agree with what we do all the time, they have to understand that they must protect the press if they want to maintain a free society.
Technically, when the press is controlled by one side and spewing hateful comments and another side decide to take you to court to level the playing field, wouldn't that make that a democracy, woman? Or you just can't see past that shit?
Yeah, bro.
Do that logic comes through people's heads?
The fact that they're still referring to Trump as an authoritarian and saying that he's attacking the media and all this shit, it's like, guys, this was legitimate.
One-sided.
Like, if it was not so one-sided, why did the side that's being sued settle? They knew they were in the wrong. I mean, if they weren't in the wrong, you're going to fight to defend your innocence, right? Like, why you guys, what's the problem here?
And they got so used to being able to call Trump Hitler and say all these crazy things for so long. And now it's to the point where he's back in office and he's like, all right, the things that, like, y'all said I did that and I didn't actually do that, I'm coming for you on that. Sorry, defamation.
Yeah, somebody, like people making TikTok, somebody said ABC News just lost Democrats to 2028 election. Hey, man, that's what it looks like, guys. I mean, if they can't spew this hate, they're cooked.
They got to switch up all the smart Democrats have said they got to switch up that playbook. So as the ones that's sticking to it, you're getting defamation, you're getting sued. I mean,
they need a clean house.
And think about it though. If it started with just that comment, imagine how many networks are trying to get sued. It's gonna be crazy, man. And it's just like it's different because it's on TV. It's with a remote. Us, if we get something wrong, it's like you can we're just saying our opinion. Like it's a channel, you can go to a different video.
But we don't present it as fact. We get out here and we say this is what we think. This is a reaction video. This is nothing news. This is a reaction. So we go here. This is how we reacted to it in this way. You know, we'll fact check ourselves. We'll say, I think, or this and that, you know. But even if we do say things that are facts that may not have been facts that we've probably done here before, for sure. Yeah. It's not just hold to say, wait, we're not experts.
This is huge.
We're common sense.
Yeah, this might be a huge step, guys. I mean, actually, if you think about this, actually, everybody might be done. CNN might be done. A lot of people might be done.
I think everybody that said fascist, I think the fascist word came out.
Nazi, like
R-A-P.
Them words, and then you say, this is a fact. Oh, yeah. You should be done. It's been multiple times where people say, well, no, this is actually a fact.
And it's not.
Well, guys, we see it. We're gone.